Hey, what's up, AJT fam? I hope you guys had a great day today. We are going to do our my trading recap, but first, I got to tell you how my day went. I had high expectations this morning, but I ended up with low results, and that is a big direct product of me not me having unrealistic expectations. Now, it's good to have expectations because that helps us plan, but it can't be unrealistic, and we can't be stubborn and try to force it on the market. And basically, that's what I came in today. Yesterday was a decent day, but I expected today to be better because yesterday, we observed a Jewish religious observance, and a lot of traders and big fund managers and a lot of market participants were off yesterday. And so the volume was low. It wasn't the best of days. We had a decent day, but it wasn't the best of days. So I came in today expecting a really blowout day. I expected the market to pick up where it left off Friday and get some really nice moves to the short side. Because I'm short biased. I love trading to the short side. So that's what I wanted. We didn't get it. And my high expectations turned into low results because I did not trade the way I needed to trade. So let's take a look at my day and I'll show you exactly what happened here. So we'll start out with the elephant in the room, which is NVIDIA. This is the one that I blew up on. It's the one that I keep blowing up on. But we got a nice opening range breakdown. Like I said, my mind, I'm thinking short all the way. We're going to have a nice follow through day to the short side. So here the market opens. We try to push up. I think I'm waiting to see what the dip buyers are going to do. They seem to fail. And once we took out the 5-minute open range low, my order kind of was slow getting out there. I clicked the button on time, but it hit here. And then as it bounced back, I added when we got closer to here so I could improve my average and get closer to the level that I wanted to base my entry off of. And you could see it just didn't work. And once we got up here, took out the 9 and the VWAP, I had to take it off. And, kind of waited. And yeah, I could have bought it on the break here. But after this trade, I was a little bit apprehensive. I have to admit. Being aggressive, it just didn't seem like the day to be aggressive. So I waited until it confirmed. I got in, got my first target. It pulled all the way back and stopped me out at break even to the freaking penny. Okay, it doesn't do that often, but when it does that after I've been roughed up by the stock, kind of hard to keep it cool. So yeah, I bought it when we were taking out the high here because it's opened and we were pushing up. I got it. It pushed up pretty good. I should have taken profit at 428. Think about the market you're in. You got to shorten your profit targets. Take it at these whole dollar marks. I should have gotten it. Would have been a little bit over $1. I didn't. It never came back. By the time I decided I wanted to do it, it never came back. So we pulled back. I got smart. And I'm like, well, we're bouncing off the 9. I'm going to go ahead and add and look for the break. I was going to take profit, back up here and then ride it for the breakout. Did not happen. Stopped out again. So, of course, in my feeble mind, I decided that I was going to do the opposite. And I joked about it in the room, but damn if I didn't do it. I never buy into resistance. This would be a short all day for me. But I said I'm doing opposite of what I would do. And I bought it, got to the first target, got a base hit on it. Worst thing that could have happened to me. It pulled back. I actually thought we were going to keep going, but it pulled back. I stopped out at break even. But my order wasn't full, and I had 25 shares left on it. I didn't realize it until it was almost too late. But I did take the rest of it off here. It was just a small, I just gave back a small amount because it's only 25 shares. But this was, once this happened, that was stupid. Okay, I was done with myself. I had let this one stock kind of work me over and irritate me a little bit. And it wasn't the stock's fault. It was the fact that I had too high of expectations. It's good to have expectations, but they need to be realistic. And you need to be able to adjust them based on what happens in the market. I just didn't do that today. So later on in the day, I waited until we broke down. I got in, and damn if it didn't bounce. So I was done. I was just stubborn and didn't take it off and was hell bent on this thing coming down. Now I would have taken it off here. If we would have taken out this level, you can see we hit it 3 times. If we would have failed here, I would have taken it off. I was gonna add to this trade, but I said no. Just stop it. Just stop it before you really, get yourself in trouble. I had to regain my composure, and we got profit here. Should have taken profit here, but I didn't, and it bounced and ended up having to take it off here. I accidentally, instead of buying, I accidentally sold again. So I had to, take it off. This should have been a buy to cover. I actually sold to cover, which doesn't make sense. But I fixed it, so no harm, no foul. But NVIDIA was crazy. But again, did not do what I was supposed to do, and should have taken profit here, thinking that the market was going to be better than it was. So look, ENPH was the next one I traded. This one is at the open. 5-minute opening range breakdown. It did start to sell, but since this one hadn't bounced, I went ahead and I was like, I'm going to give it to the 9. The 9 is my trailing stop. So it rejected, pulled back in. I got my first target, and then it bounced, stopped me out at break even. The rest of the day, it just kind of traded sideways. ENPH is the one that's been hitting our alternative scan when we don't have earnings and anything that we really like. And ENPH has been giving us some decent moves here and there, but it won't follow through all the time. Sometimes we'll get a nice follow through move like yesterday, but today it just didn't. Just kind of gave me a base hit, but I'll take it. It helps. And that was that. So Tesla was one that really upset me a little bit as well, because I didn't take profit here. This is where I should have taken profit up here, and I didn't, and I went ahead and killed it because you see this big wick. Whenever I see this to the long side, I'm not going to sit here and be stubborn. I'm bailing out. This is the market telling me you need to get the hell out because there's probably nobody up here willing to buy. And we've talked about these candlestick formations. Each candlestick and what each candlestick is telling you, you put them together with the previous candlesticks and they give you a story, and that's the story you need to believe. and that's the one I listened to. So we got out, and you could see it traded inside of its intraday range. All of this is outside of the 5-minute open range high, but it's all around the moving averages. There's no clean windows here. Once it got down below here, I'm not taking it inside of all of this because we're still stuck inside the intraday range, and it just kind of stayed there. So, didn't really do much on Tesla. I think I made around $30 on it. So that was it on Tesla. Meta is another base hit we took. This was no, it wasn't a base hit. I lost on this. We took out the 5-minute opening range. This is after 10 o'clock. I should have waited for confirmation. I didn't. Ended up getting stopped out here. You can see it ripped back through all of this garbage. It just ripped back. Look at the candlesticks. Now try to trade this. Wicked, man, wicked. But not bad. I think right at $300 was what I lost on this. So not bad. Not bad. But to save the day, we had an earnings trade. And those of you guys that want to learn these strategies, listen. Come on in. It's a one-time lifetime investment. You never have to pay another dime. You get all of these classes, all of the webinars, all of the presentations. You get to watch me trade live and teach you live every day, and you get unlimited one-on-one mentoring sessions. It's priceless. I mean, it is actually priceless. But I can only help a handful of people. I think I've only got 2 more spots open. But the aftermarket earnings class will start next week. So you want to be in on it. And the trader mindset program will be restarting here in another week. So if you want to get in on it, you better jump on it now, because it is going fast. I can only work with so many people at a time, and that's why I have to keep it small. All right, so here is the low of the 5-minute announcement candle right here. Now here, I accidentally got in this and out. This is when I was trying to get out of NVIDIA, and I accidentally put the buy order in here instead of in NVIDIA, so I had to sell to get out of this, and then I messed around and sold to cover my position in NVIDIA instead of buying. That's where all that confusion came. But that was just the tail end of that confusion. But here is the earnings announcement. Once it broke the low, I got short. It had a big spread, so this entry was, it was low because of the spread. But I got in, and you can see it did dip down, and I probably should have taken profit there, but I didn't. Again, I've got this thing in my head that this is going to be a blowout day, so I'm expecting this stock to blow out, but it didn't. It did come back to where I should have taken my first target here, and then my final target hit right when the market closed. Whoop-de-doo. But I wasn't here watching this all the time. I was not here watching this stock. I would look at my phone every now and then to see where it was at. But I'm not sitting here on these that take so long to work. I'm not here watching it. As long as it's staying under resistance, I'm comfortable with it, and I just let the trade work. Most of these tend to work out, within the first 30 minutes of it. And that's great. Sometimes I leave a piece on and it just works its way down like this, and it makes a really good trade at the end of the day. So really happy with this. This did actually make my day. Not as big a trade as I wanted it, but I'll take it. But again, the class on aftermarket earnings, this is a big untapped resource. You get one nice aftermarket earnings trade and you'll make more money on it than you make all week trying to day trade. That's how powerful and how much is missed here. There's so much that you could do. So I want you to if you're not in here, think about joining me. My number one focus is teaching, mentoring, and helping you get your mindset right. That's my number one focus here, guys. So have a great evening, great night, and I'll see you guys first thing in the morning.